You're listening to
Pod of the Pops, the podcast that relives and reloves pop culture. We're back for Scary Spice, Solo Career, Take 1. Before we start, can we take a minute to discuss middle names?
Yeah.
So I've been dropping the middle names in of all of the Spice Girls, but so you know you've got two Melanies. You've got Melanie B and Melanie C.
Yeah.
How easy would it have been for them to have gone, oh, like, we shouldn't really have two Melanies, so do you guys want to go by your middle names? Which is Melanie Janine Brown and Melanie Jane Chisholm. Which meant you could have had a girl band with Janine, Jane and Jerry. Which I am here for.
Yes.
If the Sugar Babes want to change their names to Janine, Jane and Jerry.
I mean, Janine.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
It is Jane with a Y. Jayne. Just to make it more exciting. So,
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spicing it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
No pun intended.
Don't say we're not good to you.
So, Mel B, solo career. So, straight out before the Forever album's even out, she's the first Spice Girl to release a solo single.
Do you think that was a bit intentional on her?
Absolutely not.
I think she's very, very career driven and focused, and I reckon she wanted to be the first one out there.
Out of all five?
Oh, definitely.
I think she released it before Jerry had left, actually, as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wise.
I reckon she knew it was on the horizon, and she just thought, I want to get out there. And fair play to her, you know.
Ooh, I'd not looked at it from that angle. Well, it's the song we're talking about is "I Want You Back," which is a Missy Elliott song.
Yeah.
Really, it's credited to Mel B.
Yeah.
But Missy Elliott wrote it.
Yeah.
And she called
You
Mel up.
and you can tell.
It sounds so Missy Timberland.
It's a Missy song.
I'm the M to the E-L-B, you know me. I'm the M-I-S-S-Y to the E. And I got many flows from overseas.
Well, how can you beep beep with no keys?
I got spice, I'm tight with my flows.
And all my flows been known to throw blows.
Well, let me hit this one before I go.
Well, I'ma let you go if you say so.
Boy, I'm sick of you. Who me as me, yeah, you know I'm a fool for you. Cause I keep taking you back as though I'm stupid like that, yeah, you know it, boo. But I can't say no, and I never said no, I can't say no to you. Because you treat me whack, in fact I want you back, I think I want you back. Your love has made a deep impact. I know it might sound whack, but damn, I think I want you back. Want you, I think I want you back. Your love has made a deep impact. I know it might sound whack, but damn, I think I want you back.
I mean, I think it's the best thing she's done.
Oh, 100%. I don't think anyone's
There's
getting
not
any...
much else. Musically, I mean...
Karen.
I know,
Wow.
but musically...
She was busy.
I mean,
Musically.
Karen starts off.
Yeah, already hating.
on the negativity here.
Well,
but
I'm just being realistic. It is a good song, but I think it's the best that she's done.
As
You're
with
right.
everything, Missy Elliott is futuristic as well. Like,
Yeah.
it feels like a decade before
Yes.
its time.
Yes.
And I think it holds up now. I think
It's
it still
timeless.
sounds-
It's
yeah.
definitely timeless.
The video was good as well,
Yeah,
with like
as
the
well.
green light.
she
and,
looks
like-
cool.
They
Like
spent
she
a
looked-
lot of money on that.
Yeah.
Well, so this is the thing I read, that so Missy Elliott rang her up and she was like, I've got this song, I want you to do it. Mel flew out there, she recorded it in one day, and they shot the video the next day.
Wow.
That's impressive.
It was done in like 2-3 days, the whole
That is
campaign.
impressive.
So with Mel B, I kind of get that impression that she just, when she wants something, she just gets it done, and I've got to admire that about
She's a
her.
grafter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really worked hard.
I get the impression as well that she does things on the fly as well. She's like, whereas I think Victoria would like strategize, spend ages in rehearsal. I reckon Melanie B's like, oh, let's just go and do it. Yeah,
bashes
I think
it
it'll
out,
look a bit like this. Let's do that, and then she just
She's very
goes
confident as
vibey.
well.
Yeah.
She's definitely someone to be admired.
Yeah. So the song appears on the soundtrack for Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Not a movie I'm aware of.
No, neither am I.
It's very... but Missy Elliott was executively producing the soundtrack.
Oh.
Also shares the soundtrack with Destiny's Child's Get on the Bus. Do you
Right.
remember that one?
No.
It's so Timberland. It's got all like the birds in the background. It's such a bop. Get
Okay.
on the bus. It's a good one.
Okay. What a name.
Get on the bus. I say it to boys all the time.
And do they get on the bus?
They get on my bus.
No fun intended.
We'll cut that. So, it was a UK #1 single.
Oh.
I Want You Back.
So first
Straight
Spice
in.
Girl.
First Spice Girl.
So-
First #1.
Yeah.
I think maybe a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
Her only #1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best
It's a
song.
Missy #1.
It's a missing number.
Credits Missy.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me, and I look back at this video and I remember, for me, it was the hair. Because she came out, she did Top of the Pops and she had this long, straight, I assume weave, but it could have been her hair, I guess, I can't remember. But like she had long, straight hair, and I'm a little boy from Devon. I grew up in the countryside, and there were not a lot of people that weren't white in where I lived.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get around the idea that she'd gone from this curly afro to like straight hair. And I believe I learned about
Black
hair,
people.
black hair from Mel B's video.
Yeah.
I started asking questions.
I think it's a lot of work as well for her to
Yeah, yeah.
She looks
up.
good.
She looks great.
She looks great, however,
Yeah.
here is, you know, she's just got one of those
I'm
naturally...
not a fan at the moment of the hair, but yeah, she's had a lot of good styles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just remember that sleek hair.
It was obviously her really trying to draw a line in the sand and be like, I'm moving on from scary.
Do you think though, because it's a scary video, like it's all green, like the eyes.
But it's not Spice Girls. Like it's not.
And
Well, it's where the Spice Girls went really. So if you think of the Forever album, it's
Yeah.
all R&B, Timberland
That's true.
produced,
That's
Dark,
true.
not Timberland, but Dark Child's on it. Like
Right.
the way that it's mixed is very.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been surprised if I Want You Back was on Forever.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see
it's a
that.
point. Yeah.
I think it symbolises her growing up a bit as well,
No.
with the hair change, you know.
They all went R&B because you think of the Victoria album as well.
Yes.
That was very.
Yeah.
She goes very R&B as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
It was just the thing then.
Yeah,
really.
because that was where we were going from pop to
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I get what you say, but I think the most important thing with this video, of course, is it's the first time that we see Jimmy Golsar, who is her
Yeah.
husband-to-be, appears in the video, looking pretty fly.
He just stands there while she like pretends to beat him up.
Maybe it looks good standing there.
Maybe he's
so it's
into it.
alright. I remember at the time being like, hell yeah. She's pregnant in the video.
Is she really?
Yes,
Wow,
time-wise,
she
it
looks
works
incredible.
out.
Right.
It's very early days,
Yeah,
I
she
think.
might not even
On
know.
that, so that was the pregnancy
not.
where she found out on tour,
Yeah.
and it was her and Victoria were they in the same bathroom?
The story
The
goes,
tastes,
yeah.
yeah.
Victoria said there was wee everywhere because Mel B just
Was
got
so
the
excited.
pregnancy test.
I can believe.
Just
Yeah.
threw it around.
You can imagine she's got that kind of personality.
And
really
Victoria, meanwhile,
infectious,
Victoria's
kinda
like, that's
laughing.
lovely, but freaking out a little.
No, that must have been the funnest moment, actually, the two of them finding out they were pregnant together. That's a true friendship moment.
Yeah, I think that's lovely. And actually, when you think about the kind of the duos in the band, they are like kind of the opposite ends of like
Right.
personality.
I don't put those two together a lot.
No, and
No.
so it's actually quite moving that they had that such a big
Moment.
life moment.
Because they're a couple of
together.
weeks apart, actually, I think.
Yeah, it's not much difference.
Yeah.
But it was a backup dancer. A backup dancer.
Yeah.
With some class. Can we talk for a minute about pop divas constantly getting with their backup dancers?
And how it just never seems to work out.
There are so many. So
We've
I
got-
did like a little
Oh,
look through.
Brilliant.
You know the classic.
You've got
you know,
Britney and
yeah,
K-Fed is the
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
K-Fed.
Plus, she has this new guy now, Britney, which is from
Well,
the
that's right, yeah.
Slumber Party video.
He is hot.
He is, but why is she with him?
He looks good on Instagram.
He looks
Yeah.
great on Instagram. He can do press ups with her, but I mean, is he really going to be a good father to those two? I mean, maybe he's amazing. I don't know. It just, I'm like, you get yours, Britney, but I thought it would be a 3-month fling, and she's still with him.
Well,
A good year or
she's
so
happy.
later.
Good for her.
And she's looking hot, but that's another season.
Mariah Carey left James Packer, the millionaire, for Brian Tanaka, a backup dancer. I accidentally typed Brain Tanaka on my computer. I just realised, which I doubt is his nickname.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Lopez has done it twice.
Oh, of course.
She's done it twice.
She married her Love Don't Cost a Thing dancer Chris Judd in 2001.
Yeah, that was a short marriage.
Yeah, that was one of the short ones. But then she had this on-off thing with Casper Smart, who appears in her Dance Again
He was a
video.
lot younger, wasn't he?
Yeah, she loves a younger one.
Yeah.
Although now she's with that A-Rod who's older.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. Got with
really?
the dancer Ricky. So he's in the Thank You Next song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was also the one that was involved in the donut licking incident, you know, where there was that video that went viral of her licking a donut saying America is crap or something. I hate America.
Okay, we'll have to look this up.
We have to look this up, yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing I also found out when I was looking deep into the Mel B backup dancer thing. Jimmy Golsa was over 30 when they met. Not a big deal, but that meant he was a 30 plus backup dancer. Which means there's hope for me yet. If anyone is planning a tour, Nadine Coyle will call me.
Mate, you just need to look at J-Lo and realise, you know, your dreams are limitless.
Oh my
Literally.
God. Literally.
She is incredible.
That's the new song, Limitless.
Yeah.
Buy it on Spotify now.
Also, I have to say, I don't know if we're sneering at backup dancers here, but like, my God, they do a lot of the heavy lifting on stage.
Especially in a Spice Girl solo single. But if you watch any Spice Girl solo single performance, the backup dancers
They're
deserve
working,
credit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
But also, you know, these backing dancers are in close proximity with the celebrities, so it does make sense.
It makes
They're
sense.
sharing a lot of things together.
And they're, you know,
Yeah.
these are the
You're
people
on
they're
tour
hanging.
together.
Yeah, they're the people they're hanging out with because do they have time to meet anybody else?
Yeah.
Like,
And they understand the schedule and
yeah,
you know,
lifestyle.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
I suppose it's the closest thing you can get to a proper relationship when you're at that level as well, because
Yeah.
you're going on tour, you're not going to get to go home and spend time with people. So
Yes.
guess you get to share that hotel room and
yeah.
Exactly.
things like that, which makes sense why there's so many. 'Cause
Yeah.
How else would you meet someone unless they're in the industry?
Yeah, true.
Apparently there is a celeb version of Tinder. It's like a
What?
special...
Are you on it?
If you've got access, please, at Pod of the Pops. Share me. Yeah, apparently there is like a specific one. How awk though? Can you imagine you just flicking through and you're like, oh, hi Ellie Goulding.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dido.
I mean, is there like, well, they have listed, I've gone out with all of these other celebrities.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah, like, because you know Tinder used to have your friends in common because it was linked to your Facebook. I don't know if it still has that.
yeah.
It used to do that. I wonder if it's like that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
The exes we might have in common.
It'll be like, you know, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It'd be like, remember, like, your ex went out with my ex in a movie. Like, you know, it just
Yeah,
gets so complex. Like,
Inception of relationships.
yeah.
So back to Mel B.
Yeah.
20 minutes later. So this is what gets me most with this Jimmy Golsar, because it doesn't get covered that much actually, their relationship. Mel B loves a super quick relationship.
Right,
So
yeah.
they met in March 1998 on tour.
Uh-huh.
They got engaged in the May of 1998. They were pregnant in June
Wow.
and married in September. That's
And
6 months.
And so that's probably like 4 years in real life, though.
Please. Within 6 months, I barely learnt their name. Like, it's just not on my radar. And then they were divorced by January 2000.
Wow.
So they had, like, a whole year of happy, but, well, that's quick. So quick. And I guess the whole Spice Girls thing was quick. I mean, they were only really on top for... The sort of imperial part of there was 2 years.
Yeah.
96 to 98.
It's such an intense whirlwind.
And
Yeah.
you always feel like it's so much longer.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, to me it feels like 5 or 6 years, but actually in reality,
When we were starting to research this podcast, that was the thing that hit me the most. I was like, because for me it felt like years and years of my childhood, and to think it's amazing that, you know, for a band that were literally together for that long, but they have that much cultural impact, we're still
Yeah.
talking about them 20 years later. It's incredible.
Yeah. But and that's one of the reasons for doing this podcast as well, because I
Yeah.
think people talk about those 2 years like that was it, but actually they've been constantly
Yes.
giving, like, providing entertainment for me, but, you know, they have been active for 20 years. There is not, I think when I looked at the notes, I think from 1998 to 2006, there wasn't a year that went by without at least one Spice Girls song, whether it was a solo or
And they're all in the spotlight now. There's no one that's really.
Now
away.
is a good time for them.
Yeah.
There was the wilderness years, of course.
But I guess now they can go and take. Mel C goes and takes the tube places.
Yeah.
They do go out and do normal things. They're not as famous
as they once were.
Yeah, I don't believe they're chased around by
Victoria
Tucker.
is.
Yeah, she's in a different.
But they know how to get around that.
I mean, obviously, we'll go into that. We'll go into that more in the Victoria episodes. But I feel like that is maybe why I feel like there's a bit of distance as time has gone on between Victoria and them.
So it was Jimmy Golsar that suggested that Mel B did her next single. Correction, actually, it's not Mel B at this point. She becomes, for one single, Mel G.
Wow.
Mel G. She's the M to the ELG. So she does a cover of Cameo's Word Up.
I'll play the ladies around the world. Got a weird thing to show you. So tell all the boys and girls. Tell your brother, your sister, and your mama too. 'Cause we're about to go down, and you know just what to do. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care. Fly by the people as they stop to look and stare. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance quick. Mama, come on, baby, tell me what's the word up. Everybody say, when you hear that call, you got to get it underway. A word up. It's the code word. No matter where you say it, you know that you'll be heard.
For another movie soundtrack, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh, is that what it was for?
I don't remember it because Britney and Beyonce had tracks on that and it overshadowed. That was when Britney did Boys and Beyonce had
amazing tunes.
Yeah, You Gotta Work It Out. Da, 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 da.
Oh wow, that
was her debut single, actually.
I mean, I don't mind this Word Up cover, and I mean the music video is very bizarre, very kind of early CGI, creepy.
It was hugely expensive.
Yeah.
I didn't realise, but when I was looking at the notes, it was really expensive to make the video.
Yeah.
Not worth it, I looked at it back and maybe I'm not into the cartoony type.
Yes.
I know it's CGI, sorry, but
Yeah.
it didn't grab me.
That's a bizarre one.
Underrated or underrated, really, as a song. I remember it. I remember at the time it being out and seeing it on a music station,
Right,
We had
yeah.
VH1 or something at the time,
Yeah.
the box or something, and being not even knowing it was Scary Spice,
Yeah.
because the video was the video with the CGI, so it wasn't really her in. They have an animated version of her, but you're not sure, and it's called Mel G.
Yeah.
I did not know.
No.
I don't think she did live performances of it either.
No. Was it?
She would have been pregnant, so.
Yeah. Okay, it makes sense. I prefer the corn version, but that's for
Well, I mean,
the rock podcast.
If we're talking versions, WORD, we're going up. Little Mix.
Wow.
The Little Mix version for Children in Need. It's the
Bit of trivia.
featuring none other than Mel C in the video,
Love it.
Wow.
passing over the torch,
Yeah.
and then
really.
she would go on to slate them later. But
So back to Mel B.
Yeah.
or G. Yeah, goes to number 13.
Okay.
Not great.
It is the lowest charting Spice single of the 90s. Not overall.
Oh, well, we know that.
That crown goes to Jerry every time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, lowest of the 90s.
That's
a big drop from being the first number one
Yeah.
to that 13.
She must have felt that.
Well, she wasn't kept down for long. She goes straight into presenting, actually, which I don't remember at the time either. This came through the notes. So she had a BBC Two magazine show focused on black music called Pure Naughty, which
Pure Naughty.
every mixtape album is now called Pure Naughty. She presented the Mobos twice, in 98 and 99.
Yeah. And she did her first live performance at the Mobos as a solo artist.
Is that the one that you showed me?
Yes.
That was truly awful.
Well, you don't see her until the chorus kicks. And what we were talking about, the backing dancers doing all of the work. Literally, it's just them dancing, and it's very
In the shadows.
Yeah, and it's very hazy, and there's too much haze. And she starts singing, you're like, where is she?
The camera work is not great. I don't know whether they're having to do that because they're
to make it exciting.
She's not in the room.
She's not there yet.
She's coming from the McDonald's down the road, but It's not good.
Oh, and she's wearing the cowboy hat, and I am not digging that.
No.
I love the cowboy hat look.
I think
When
it's a mixed look though. You know, is
yeah.
she...
But they loved a catsuit, right? Between the girls.
Okay,
they loved a
yeah.
she
catsuit.
looks amazing in the catsuit.
They love a bit of pleather.
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
I
so
mean-
do you.
Oh, I love a pleather. Sounds ruder than it is.
Yeah, I mean, I think she is singing live. You know, she's live. That's why she's quite quiet at the
Justice for
start.
the Spice Girls. They sing live most times.
They sing live.
Maybe
to
not
be-
Jerry. Well, actually, she does.
Oh, badly.
Bad.
Oh, but that's...
We'll get onto that. But
Go to the Jerry episode for that.
yeah.
I like the look because in the video she had the see-through jacket, like the little gilet.
Yeah.
It was like plasticky, like see-through. I thought that looked hot. I'd probably own that.
I was not into it, but you know, we'll agree to disagree.
So she presented the Mobos, and then she also presented a TV talent show on ITV primetime Saturday night called "This Is My Moment," inspiring Marty McCutcheon.
Yeah.
So the premise, basically, people would ring up and they'd sing down the phone,
I
and then
remember the
viewers
ads
would
for
vote
this,
on
yeah.
who they wanted to keep. I did not remember this,
Right. Yeah.
but I have gone back
Uh-huh.
and on YouTube I have found it. God bless the YouTuber that has cut all of Mel B's presenting clips and strung them together in one video.
That is dedication.
So I could just watch that.
Whoever you are out there, you know,
I am
we salute
truly
you.
grateful. Thank you, Mel B Brazil. It's always Mel B Brazil. So here's the clever bit. The prize given to the winner is determined by the amount of votes that they got.
Right.
So precisely £1 for every 4 votes they receive.
Oh wow.
25p a vote.
Okay.
Now, when you consider that Stars in the Rise finals were regularly getting over 1 million calls,
Yeah.
like this was the time. I remember my babysitter looking after me for the Stars in the Rise final and ringing up on my parents' house phone
Wow.
to vote for Marty Pello. I remember that.
Maybe.
My mum would have been steaming. She did not like a paid call. Nice little learner. And what's more, as an incentive to vote, one caller who backs a winner is randomly chosen, and they also get 10% of the amount of cash being given to the winner.
It's quite clever.
It's such a complicated premise.
But it's interesting how it was it sounds like a combination of a game show and a talent thing. So,
well, this is before Pop Stars. This is
Right,
before
right.
Pop Idol. This
Okay.
is before the revival of the TV talent show, before X Factor.
right. Yeah.
So you've had like you'd had like things like It's a Knockout and the what's the one that all the comedians were on? Oh god, Star Search was American, wasn't it? But there was it was a British version
Right.
that everyone did, and
Yeah.
this is like in the world. The 90s didn't have big TV talent shows for the locals, and this was it. So the first show, the winner was a man singing the theme tune to the Euro 2000 Championships.
Wow.
And he won just under £40,000.
Not bad.
Which isn't bad for singing down the phone.
No.
YouTube, you give me so much. It only lasted a series. She had 1 series out of it.
Can't say I'm surprised.
They ran out of money.
So I did watch the YouTube clips of her presenting. What I will say, she looks fantastic. God, does she love a sequin.
Yeah.
I know I'm sequin spice, but she, literally every episode, she's wearing a different sequin suit with just like a boob tube top and trousers.
Bless her.
And basically inventing Dua Lipa. That look is everywhere now. The
Yes,
boob tube
it
top,
is.
jacket
It
and
is.
trousers.
Yeah.
And when you look back, Mel B was rocking that from time.
Yeah, for sure.
Fashion forward.
Oh, yeah, she always has been.
19 years ahead of her time, mate.
Yeah.
So this is the thing that gets me with their presenting. So a lot of the Spice Girls have done presenting,
Yeah.
including Mel B. When they're together in interviews, they're so natural. They're so bouncy.
Yeah.
Jerry and Mel B in particular bounce off of each other. They're so...
Yes, yeah.
When they're on their own presenting, it just feels a bit stiff.
Flat.
Yeah,
But,
it's
like,
not as
as
good as
engaged.
them when they're being interviewed.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's because they're nervous or there's so much pressure or...
Well, they've often said that themselves. It's their chemistry. That's what makes the Spice Girls so special. Is that they've got this unique kind of complex personalities combined and
Yeah,
together
they
they're
all seem to
magic.
bounce off each other, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, much has been made of the fact that Mel B and Jerry, when they were, I think it's been described as, I think it was maybe Mel C I saw in an interview where she was saying they were so close and they were probably the closest out of
Yeah.
anyone in the band, in duos, but once they were not, but you know,
Oh.
with that love,
Those, yeah.
also came like they would butt heads a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that then I think it was Emma actually who was like, it dictated the mood of the band. If they had fallen out, that would, you know, be affected.
You
everything.
can see. You can see that.
Yeah.
Definitely. So we're moving to the point where the timeline gets tricky again. Same as with Mel C. They basically do dick moves. So Mel C and Mel B both, as we said in that episode, they both release a single a month before the final Spice Girl album.
Just find that really bizarre.
It's
quite
core marketing,
strange,
Yeah.
But that's what makes me feel like Mel B was trying to just get ahead of the game. You know, like they probably all talked about having solo stuff, and I feel like
It was always in the plan, wasn't it? They talk about this 5-year plan.
But why not just wait? I just don't really understand that. Unless it was pressure from the record companies. Well, there's still a hot ticket.
Well, it shouldn't
Maybe.
It shouldn't be at that point because they're on this. So they're the Spice Girls and the solo stuff is the same record deal. They're all with Virgin. The ones releasing. So Mel C, the two Mels are releasing before the Spice album, and I'm pretty sure all three. So the Spice Girls and the two Mels are all with Virgin. So you'd think they'd have the same team going, but maybe they were just thinking like we have to. I imagine a lot of it was we have to get all of this out and cash in while they strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
And you know, they probably had a point because since then their careers, you know, musically haven't been bar Mel C, I would say. You know.
Yeah, it's just music Spice. But
Yeah.
they well, but then one could argue as well that by throwing it all out, you overexploited the market and it just burst. Like they were too overexposed.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a good point for sure.
But the new single is called "Tell Me." Comes out in September 2000.
The type of man to me, my need. Strangest thing is everyone tried to tell me, but I did what they told me not to. Nearly had my everything, my running game on me. You told me all I had to hear. I thought love was finally here, but then one day the truth at sea, your game was incomplete. 'Cause when I realize the truth, I see you standing up a man I get from under my roof. I don't want you. Made it think I would be a fool. I now see through you. Yes, I do. And you're the fool. Tell me, how do you when you see me disregard you? And that's true.
I love this. So it is. She's split up with Jimmy Golser by this time.
Right.
She still hasn't released an album. It's all about Jimmy.
Yeah.
They should just call the album Jimmy. So she's done her sexy song, and now this is her feisty.
Yeah.
You are a douche.
Yeah.
as she
Yeah.
calls him. I think it's a bop. Underrated or underappreciated,
Yeah, it's got a good hook, doesn't it?
which she is not. We'll get onto later. She's not the best for a hook. So the
Right.
fact that does it have a good hook? The beat is good. Lyrically,
Yeah. Okay, by hook I mean like musically it has that little bit at the start
Yeah.
that's a bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, the things that are really great is that she's a very comfortable, easy performer.
True.
She's a good mover. She just looks like she's enjoying herself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she definitely has fun on stage.
She's a fantastic dancer. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it.
Yeah.
It was recorded within 3 months of the breakup. So
Wow.
within 3 months of breaking up with Jim. But we assume like there was issues before, whatever.
Yeah.
So within 3 months she goes in on him. Lyrically, now I see you didn't have no self-esteem and all you loved was Mel B's money.
Burn.
Wow.
Well, it is the first relationship we see with her where there are problems. There are
Right.
problems in this relationship.
Yeah.
So there was a court case where he'd threatened her
Oh.
and her sister, Danielle. I think this, so we'll get onto it in her second episode, but there are big fractures with her family.
Oh yeah.
And they start here.
Right. Yeah.
So there's the problems between him and her sister.
Right.
And I don't know how much of that at times she was supportive of. I
Right.
mean, we have to be really sensitive around this because
Yeah.
I don't think there's any getting away from the fact I believe this was a domestic violence relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know enough about
Yeah.
it other than what she's told us
Mm-hmm.
since he did do a documentary actually, Jimmy Golser.
Did he actually?
He did, yeah.
The audacity.
Well, it's all alleged though, so it's
the money would have been so good. I mean, if Kevin Federline can release an album.
Yeah.
So, but obviously we'll cover that more in the second Mel B episode. I mean, of course, all of this is alleged.
Yes.
But there's court documents, so that's, you know, where he's threatened her, and that was a positive disposal on that. So oh, it's alleged.
I think
it's messy.
She's been through a lot.
Yeah, since then, before and after.
We'll obviously get into that, but you know, I have a lot of sympathy for her.
Yeah. People in the world,
subscribe up your life.
Every boy and every girl.
Subscribe up your life.
Pot at the pops.
Subscribe up your life.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe up your life.
It's hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
As Victoria would say, it's the easiest bits that are the hardest. On a positive, the album comes out and it is hot. Yeah. Literally, that is its name. Hot.
Yeah.
Released before the final Spice effort in the October. Crazy timing.
Yeah.
I don't know what record label thought that was. Well, I do, Virgin. Yeah. But
I mean, was it also that they were like thinking they were helping in a way to like build it up? I don't know what they were thinking.
I remember being confused at the time, like when I remember thinking the solo stuff coming out and the Spice Girls, when they came back, I didn't feel like they'd been gone.
Yeah.
And I know that was kind of their thing, they were omnipresent anyway. Yeah. You know, like now there's this like, Taylor Swift's very good at it, she goes silent. Beyonce's incredible at it. You don't hear from Beyonce till an album's dropping. Yeah. And then you hear everything. Yeah. The control of the media was not good at this time. Yeah. I don't think.
No. But I also feel the Spice Girls, they were at their best when they were working. Not working every single day, but that's all they knew for so long that I think... For them, for Mel B especially, it was so career driven that this wouldn't actually have affected her so much. Yeah. Especially if there was things going on in her personal life, this might have been a bit of escapism for
definitely.
her. Yeah.
And so I wonder, so there's some decent producers on this album. So she's got Sisqo, Teddy Riley, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, who did all of the Janet Jackson early stuff and Prince. She's worked with Darkchild on this. A lot of the same producers as the Forever album. Right. As we talked about in the episode about the way that they were recording separately. I wonder how much of that was done in the same studio times. Very or possible. Around the same... Yeah. One day they're recording the Spice Girls, one day she's in there doing solo stuff.
I mean, that makes complete sense.
Because she's continued down this veritable sort of R&B route.
Yeah.
Of the Spice Girls... She had the least impact on the writing on this album.
Right.
So she has handed over the reins a bit more. I mean, there's a lot of co-writes.
Yeah.
That's quite surprising though, I would feel. I think she's definitely a woman that likes to be in control of situations. Very forward leading and...
I think it's a smarter move, actually. So we said earlier, "What I Want You Back" is her best single. She had nothing. She went into recording.
But then you wonder, as the years went on, if she was actually writing her own stuff, whether it could have gone the other way and been very successful.
Well, we will cover that in a minute with the second album. Really? But I think the Spice Girls all, as solo artists, could have afforded to take in more songs that weren't their rights.
That would have been okay.
I think it would have been better.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Mel B had come out with Toxic?
Oh wow. Yeah.
But I guess that's not what they were used to. I mean, they co-wrote from the start, so I guess it'd be unnatural for them to then hand over to someone else. I think.
Yeah.
But the album that we have, did you listen to Hot?
Yeah.
I gave it a go. It is inconsistent.
It's different.
I would say some of it is. The artwork is flawless. The campaign around this, I think, was really good.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Yes.
And it's a style. Some of the tracks are so good. It just feels like there's a lot of filler. I think that's the thing with most Spice Girls albums, but there is a lot of filler.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you notice this on some of the album tracks? It sounds like Emma is doing backing vocals.
But she's not listed.
No. It's good, but it definitely sounds like Emma's doing... Let me play you.
I don't care. I wonder if you can. You can. Oh. Emotionally, mentally. Yeah.
I think... tell me that doesn't sound like Emma.
It does. Also, but in certain moments, I feel like it's almost like Victoria.
Bessie vocalist of the 21st century, Victoria Beckham.
Controversial.
That is an interesting opinion that you have.
Still interesting?
She was so
Fine,
good, they had to turn her mic off at a certain point.
Because she was outshining them all.
Exactly.
That's how I truly believe.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you anymore if I tried.
There's a few times in the album where the backing vocals on the chorus sound very Emma. I'm not saying they are, but they sound... I distinctly noticed it. I was like,
yes.
hey, baby bird.
So is that person named as...
No, I checked the liner notes and she's not, yeah.
So, I mean, but maybe it was that they
Maybe
heard
it was
that
that?
their voice... No, but they heard her voice, like, their voices went together quite well on Spice Girls stuff, and so they got someone who sounded similar.
Yeah, or maybe I was wrong in the Spice Girls stuff and it was Mel B singing all of the harmonies. I think I'm wrong. But it's good. Album didn't perform as well. Number 28.
That's not great.
Sold just over 7,000 copies in its first week, which is not a strong opening in this country.
No, I would
in the
expect
UK.
that to be in a strong top 10 there.
I think people were distracted by the Spice album.
Yeah, of course.
They also didn't buy
So
their
much.
joke. But
Yeah.
you sort of split. These are young kids that were buying up. I mean, I think I was maybe like 13, 14
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't have disposable cash like that from my paper round to run out and buy.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was a completely different genre as well of music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you either like it or you don't.
Oh, I was in.
Yeah, you were going to be though, because it's
But
Spice
yeah, like
Girls.
you say, I think
That's true.
I think that's an important mistake that they made because it was pre-streaming days.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
Nowadays, not so much a problem.
yeah, but it was an issue then because people just couldn't afford to keep buying all of these releases coming out.
I wonder, controversial opinion, whether we can blame one man for the lesser success of this album.
Okay.
I propose this is the fault of Max Beasley.
Okay.
Ooh.
He is credited as a producer on the album.
Yes.
So Max Beasley is a British actor.
Right.
Apparently dabbled in music a bit. So he was dating Mel B at the time.
I
They
see.
dated for 2 years. I don't know how that works out because of Jimmy Dawson, but...
Yeah, I'm like,
What?
dating for 2... Like, that's not dating. That's like a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a literal musical kiss of death. So he was in Mariah's Glitter.
Oh, that
That's-
wonderful film.
The much maligned Mariah Carey Glitter.
Yeah.
So the film
Yes.
that she released around the 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a relatively public breakdown around that time. She was very overworked. It was her only record with Virgin.
Yeah.
It recently went to number 1 on iTunes. Thanks, Justice for Glitter.
Yeah.
But he appeared on... I don't know whether he was involved in the album, but he
Right.
appeared on the film. So he wrote a song on Hot called Step Inside. It's actually a bop. It's not a filler. It's a good one. But I propose it's all Max Beasley's fault. He alone.
Okay.
is the...
He's a kiss of death. Just his
It's a
presence.
musical kiss of death, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, Mel B had nothing to do with the demise of this record.
Demise is strong. We're positive this is justice. It's a good record. Get your Spotify out.
Yeah.
And listen.
What
Yeah.
number did you say it went to again?
28. So we would get 2 more singles from Hot. Feels So Good.
Mm-hmm.
Another bop.
Let's go from the very start. When we met, you and I were inseparable. All at once we swapped our hearts, knowing that we had it right. People got involved with us. I should have put them all away. Now I know what went wrong. Why did it take me so long? Loving you was the easy part. Now I know what to do with this. Me and you, keeping it tight, 'cause 2 of a kind makes us so right. Oh yeah, feels so good. I'm loving you like I should. Remembering how it feels, letting go to having me. Oh yeah.
Released a full 4 months after the album release.
It's quite a... yeah.
It was this album promo phase was definitely in 2 parts because of the Forever
Right, yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Feels So Good as a sexy, sexy song. Went top 5.
Okay.
Gay Twitter fan favourite.
Yeah.
Plays around with the long hair again. She does look amazing during the campaign. So I rewatched the video. The premise, as far as this is what I read the video as being.
Yeah.
It's people shagging and getting caught. So
Right.
it's couples doing the nuddy dance and then flashlights stopping them.
Right.
I'm not sure what the message is. I guess it's like, sex is dirty, kids, and if someone sees you, stop.
Safe sex.
Yeah, there's also
or maybe not do it where publicly, or I don't know.
It's also a bit weird, like there's lots of shots of like weird kitchen appliances, like giant scissors and small metal dolls.
Very weird.
Like it looks good. Like I didn't question it at the time, but just watching back, that people make those choices. Like when they shoot a pair of scissors in the kitchen, like they chose to shoot that.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Why? And then we get the final song from this album, which is a complete departure actually. And
I quite liked it.
Sits better with her second album, Lullaby.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about what life was like before. Was it full of old remedies that kept me reaching for the door? But I know this love is unconditional. Yeah, yeah. Deep inside, you're my living door. Yeah. Let me sing you a lullaby 1,000 times or more. You're as sweet as a butterfly, baby. All I need are more. Gonna sing you my song, 'cause I think the world about you. You're the only one that matters now, since the day you were born.
It kind of shows that soft side to her.
Yeah.
She does have a soulful voice, I think.
It's better on this, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, the video of her just wandering aimlessly around in Morocco, like interacting with the locals who seem super grateful to see her, even though she's like in a low cut vest and I'm like all the women are like hijabbed, you know, like I'm like,
Watching back through the videos, I don't think I realised until now how much of my style choices are influenced by Melanie B. I don't think she ever wears a top that has arms or a belly on it.
Yeah.
And that's literally my wardrobe.
But,
I'm
you
always
know,
cutting the bottom
when
off the
you've
top.
got a figure like hers, I
Yeah.
mean, why not?
and yours.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So Lullaby is co-written by old Spice collaborator Richard Stannard, actually.
Oh,
so
okay.
it does feel a bit more spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does actually, yeah.
And dedicated to her daughter. It's quite lovely, but she did earn herself the British press moniker of Desperate Spice
Oh.
due to featuring her daughter in the video that was shot in Morocco and dedicating it to her.
She does
daughter.
like to put family members in videos.
Who doesn't?
Like, why is that desperate? Like, to me, it feels like a sequel to Mama. You know
Yeah,
what
I
mean?
agree. I think it's the British press, and I think not enough can be said about the British press after Jerry left, and
Yeah.
even just before. And they do it in the film. You know, they talk about how the
Yeah, they
tables
do.
are turning of the press.
Yeah.
They wanted headlines, and they wanted them to be bad.
And it just
It was hard to
vilified,
find
yeah,
that. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think with the British press, if you seem to be too soppy or showing emotion, that's, you know...
That's a weakness they can exploit.
Exactly.
Well, they did. Like, Two Become One is a soppy ballad, and it was huge.
It was huge.
Too much soppy ballad.
Yeah.
But they didn't have
Goodbye.
family members. They weren't showing a personal side to that.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. You know what, like, I'm only going to say this briefly, but, like, I think it's a lot to do with the British press being made up by middle-aged white men who love to tear women down, successful, bullshit women down. They like to see them fail. And
Yeah.
there is something to also be said that Mel B could be getting harder treatment because she is a woman of colour. There could be an argument for that.
I mean, if you want to compare it to Robbie Williams, like some of his songs didn't go that high. I don't ever remember during his, 3 or 4 album peaks, anyone going, "Oh, is this is desperate?" Him being naked in a bath for the Feel video. No one was going, "Oh,
Yeah.
No.
desperate, take that."
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
all just seen as
Yeah.
And
Right
there's that
Maybe
whole
it's
thing
that.
of, we should man up and we should, not show emotions. And I
Yeah.
feel like, like Lauren said with the press, your majority at the time, you know, were middle class white men. So that whole showing emotions, that's kind of seen as weak. And I'm hopeful that we're kind of turning the tide on that now.
I think so.
I hope
but
so.
It is an uphill battle for sure.
Definitely. I mean, it would have been weird if she didn't have her daughter in the video, right?
It was a random kid. That'd be a bit strange.
Yeah, like, oh, here's my song Lullaby about my daughter, featuring Brooklyn Beckham.
Yeah, that would have been strange. No, but I mean, it's really cute. Like, it's cute. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, it peaked at number 13. Can we have a moment to compare? I know I don't like to compare women, but Mel B and Victoria Beckham. So Victoria gets a lot of slack as a solo artist for being a complete failure. Number 13 for Lullaby.
Yeah.
Phoebe never had a song miss the top 10. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. There were plans to release a 5th single from Hot. The the aforementioned Emma Bunkum vocals. But the record sales were too low, so they dropped her instead. Virgin dropped her, yeah.
Ouch.
So what do you do when you get dropped?
It's a good question.
Films and autobiographies is the answer.
Hey.
So here's a good trivia question.
Okay.
Playing at home. How many Spice Girls autobiographies have there been so far?
So I know that Jerry's done 2. I think Victoria, she's either done 1 or 2. Mel C's never done 1, I believe. Mm-hmm. Mel B has 2, and Emma Bunton's never done 1.
So does that mean we think 5 or 6?
There are 6.
Okay.
But one of them is Spice Girls official, like the official during the band photo type book. Like one of those.
Was Karen right with the breakdown?
Right, with all of the breakdowns apart from Victoria's only done 1.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, Learning to Fly, isn't it?
Yes. Learning to Fly from her.
I've read it.
Have you?
Yeah.
More than Victoria has. All in that episode. So through the book signings, I'm impressed. She did manage to get to number 7 in the Sunday Times bestseller. It's pretty respectable.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Do you know which is the best-selling Spice Girls autobiography?
Oh, is it?
It's going to be Jerry or Victoria. I think it's Victoria.
I think it might be Jerry.
It is Jerry in terms of book units. Yeah, she
Okay.
sold 1 million.
Wow.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Victoria sold half of that, which is still respectable.
Yeah.
I think she made more money.
Right.
But
Okay.
we'll talk about that.
Right. Because Victoria is good with the
smart.
business deals. Yeah.
Did you read the Mel B autobiography?
No.
Karen is the bookworm.
I haven't read it, but the new one, which obviously we'll talk about in the next episode, I have.
Brutal.
Yeah, I have actually ordered that from the library because I am very cool.
And because it's 1996. Apparently, Karen is still ordering books in the library.
You've got to support your local libraries, guys. I feel very strongly about
that. Support the libraries, guys. That's what we want you to take away from this
Thank you,
podcast.
Lauren, when did you last take a book out?
It was a while ago.
I live in Birmingham. We do not have a big lending library. Sorry. I love you, Birmingham Library. But so I learned everything about this autobiography from YouTube interviews. So one thing I did want to talk about that she mentions in a couple of the interviews, and we've touched on it, is her presence as a woman of colour on television. So she says it was a deciding factor in some of her choices. So some of the earlier presenting work that she did, she deliberately took it because she saw it as visibility for ethnicity on primetime television.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know how true this is, it's what she said, that when she took that This Is My Moment, we talked about earlier, the ITV primetime talent show, she was the first female woman of colour presenter on primetime Saturday night.
Which is shocking.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
that's
know
not
factually.
that long ago.
Yeah,
No.
99 or 98 did I say?
Right, yeah.
That's 20 years ago.
This is.
But I can't believe it because I can't, just in the top of my mind, I can't think of anyone before
Yeah, no, of course.
on the lottery or anything.
This is definitely something to be discussed. That is different from all the other girls because that does affect how the public view you, subconsciously or not.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we have to talk about. She was called Scary Spice.
She was called Scary Spice.
Yeah,
she was
and
put
she
in
wrote
animal
up-
prints.
She was putting
and-
animal prints, and
You wonder if that's, culturally appropriate.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's.
Definitely.
She does say herself that she liked it, and for her it was a persona. You know, like she said, it was
Yeah.
it meant that sometimes she could decide to be scary in, you know, like she could be, if she wanted to be, she could have that kind of bullshit, or she could surprise people by being nice, you know. So it gave her the kind of, she felt like it was a distancing thing, I think she said in one of the documentaries. And that is really interesting, actually. Like, sometimes it worked for her, sometimes it didn't.
Yeah. I
But
mean, definitely for me growing up, she was probably the most notable woman of colour I knew.
Yeah.
In entertainment. I'm trying to think of others.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that makes it really difficult to try and understand, because, you know, the three of us are white, and
Yeah.
I guess it's something we've never thought about for
No.
ourselves.
No.
But then when you do start to think about, oh, is there, you know, women of colour in television, singers, etc.
We'll never know because we don't experience it and we don't know it's a privilege we have.
Yeah.
What it's like. Because when we say, oh, you know, she liked her name or whatever, I'm sure I saw something where she was like, at first she didn't.
Right,
and then she
accepted
embraced it.
Right.
And there's a part of you that goes, how much is what black women have to accept?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
this is the best you can get, you have to accept it.
There might be an element of that. I mean, I think maybe this is a good way to segue into talking about her appearances in Bo Selector, right?
Oh yeah, please do.
So-
oh, God.
so
for those who don't know, Bo Selector was a British sketch show by Keith Lemon. At the time, he was Avid Marion.
Yeah.
Louis Francis something.
Francis O'Neill, is it?
Yeah, is that his real name? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It's all on YouTube.
yeah.
It's all on YouTube. And
But
she
please don't make yourself watch it.
oh, don't give it the light.
It's painful.
Yeah.
She's depicted as a lesbian that talks with her vagina mostly, trying to seduce Patsy Kensit. She's crass.
Yes. It's very vulgar humour. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the whole show.
True,
It's very
true.
vulgar.
Yeah.
Though, I mean, now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, quite a few of the celebrities that he decided to impersonate were people of colour, and he's
Craig
a
David,
white man.
The
yeah.
most notable.
Yeah, that Craig David was the most noticeable.
He did wear
one.
a brown mask with Craig David. He didn't.
Yeah.
We watched one earlier. He didn't black
Didn't
up
black-
for Mel B.
I mean,
Praise be.
Praise be. Well done him for not blacking up. It was offensive enough. Like, but also the fact that it is, you know, so much
Yeah.
about talking about her, you know.
I don't know how he got away with as much as he did. Really.
Yes. When you
I-
watch it now,
yeah.
you're like, Jesus Christ.
Because it definitely did have a big impact on Craig David's career, that show. He
Yes.
painted him as like a hawk carrying Craig David.
Yeah.
Like he
yeah.
had that cares thing, wherever that came from, I don't know.
Bizarre.
So
humour.
Funny at the
bizarre.
time. Michelle McManus as well, I remember.
Yes.
He did some Michelle McManus ones.
Yeah.
And she was huge and heck.
Yeah, yeah.
It was. It did have a bit, I don't know how they quite get away with depicting people like that. Actually. I don't know what laws are like.
What we were
Yeah.
discussing earlier about her going along with it was, I suppose, she was always seen as somebody who could take a laugh,
Yeah.
and she was a little vulgar herself. You know,
Yeah.
So, and of course, so she does interact. She does a show, doesn't she, with him going around her house.
And she also appears in, he did a Christmas music video called Proper Crimbo, which
Right,
she
and
appears,
she appears in it.
I don't know if
Yeah.
she lent vocals to it, but she appeared in the video.
Yeah.
But you do kind of wonder, is she just going along with it for a laugh?
To be like, I can take it.
I think that's an important point to make, because
Yeah.
if she doesn't go along with it, then you're laughing at her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if she joins in, then she's kind of with it, and it's a bit
Yeah.
about taking control.
A little bit, yeah.
But the thing is, she shouldn't have been put in that position.
Yeah, it is. I find it very uncomfortable viewing now. I just don't think it would fly nowadays.
No.
Well, he still makes his
Celebrity do.
yeah,
Which
and
she
that's-
has appeared on.
yeah. So she's obviously comfortable enough, otherwise she wouldn't appear on.
You know,
that.
it's consenting. For instance, I think if you compare it to the Howard Stern interview with Baby, you know, Emma is not consenting in that at all. I mean, I hate all of the Keith Lemon stuff, but I will say that Mel B doesn't look overly uncomfortable.
No.
She's going along with it.
Yeah,
So it's
she's very good at never looking uncomfortable though.
Yeah, she is good at that. Though, I mean, and that is possibly something to be concerned about, is that she seems to be somebody who's very good at covering.
And we know very well
Yeah.
she doesn't necessarily.
Yeah. Anyway, important things to talk about,
Yeah.
I think, in regards to her.
Bo Selector's not her only foray into acting. She does do a bit of acting post this hot album, and post autobiography as well. So she does a BBC drama.
This had completely passed me by at the time.
So it's a series called Burn It.
Right.
I had no recollection, but God bless YouTube. Thank you, Mel B Brazil. So, Wikipedia describes it. 3 self-proclaimed Generation Xers going through life without any real responsibilities to worry them. However, whilst this was understandable in the Manchester era of the late 1980s, is it acceptable now as they approach, 30? Which, reading back, I was like, what?
I know.
Also love Generation X, so I hope that the theme tune for this was Generation X, over, yeah.
Best Spice Girls song.
Yeah, loving it. Well, it's very... The show, I did watch the clips on YouTube. It's set in Salford, so it's Mel B playing... She plays a sarcastic single mum, which is exactly what she was at the time.
Yes.
Not a huge stretch.
Yeah.
There's some recognisable names in it as well. Lisa Faulkner's in it, Chelsea Healy.
Okay.
Hollyoaks now. You know what? She's alright.
Yeah.
She's...
Good for her. Just trying out.
Yeah, she definitely is. I'll give it a go, Spice.
Yeah.
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 And it's looked like it was a respectable drama. I didn't watch it at the time.
Yeah.
Lisa Faulkner is definitely decent, and she holds up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first episode, she has a leopard print dressing gown on, and she's sleeping in leopard print sheets, and she sleeps with a guy.
So, yeah.
So, they've obviously given a nod to
Yeah.
Scary Spice. There's a fun toilet scene where, like, one of the lead characters is having a wee, and she just walks in and starts talking to him, looking at his knob.
Nice.
Find it episode 10 if you're after it.
Yeah.
YouTube that. She made 2 more films that year as well.
Yeah.
If at home, so she made a horror film called LD Lethal Dosage.
Wow.
I have tried. I cannot find it. If you are listening and you have access to
really
the death
want to see
scene,
this.
I want to see Mel B's death scene.
Yeah.
Because they're always my favourites. Like when Paris Hilton does a death scene, because they're really hard to do.
Yes.
Kelly Rowland in that Freddy vs. Jason. They're just...
yeah.
Pop stars always do a horror, and they're... So if you have that,
Yes.
at me, at Pod of the Pops, or at my personal, at Aaron Twitchin, I need to see it. Even if it's just a gift.
Yeah.
I just couldn't find it online. Talking of Kelly Rowland,
Yeah.
Melly Rowland.
Melanie
Sorry.
Rowland.
Melanie Rowland. She did do a movie with Mel B.
I did not know any of this. This is
No.
amazing.
Oh my god! So it was on. It's called The Seat Filler.
Okay.
Kelly Rowland is the lead. Mel B.
Bleep.
Mel B.
Yeah.
Mel B plays her assistant. So the premise of the film is Kelly Rowland is a big pop star. She's the Beyonce of her time.
Right.
And
In her
she's...
dreams.
Justice for Kelly Rowland, don't make me. I stand her.
Yeah.
So she's a big pop star and she's at an award ceremony and she falls in love with a guy who she thinks is also famous, but he is not. He's just a seat filler. But he doesn't tell her.
It's a bit like Made in Manhattan.
Yes, it's exactly like Made in Manhattan, just flip reversed.
Wow.
And Mel B plays Kelly's assistant, which
Right.
says everything about the time.
How big a role is it?
She's in scenes.
Okay.
She's in the trailer. You can watch the trailer. The full movie is on YouTube.
Wow.
Thank you, Mel B Brazil. I
Big
love
shout
that
out.
account.
Big shout
Thank
out.
you. You made this podcast so much easier. Yeah, it was on Netflix. I watched it on Netflix not knowing Mel B would be in it. I was a hungover day,
Oh,
eating
wow.
pizza. I was like, I'm going to
That is
watch
a
this.
treat.
I
love
know what your reaction
I love
was
a
like.
black rom-com when I'm hungover.
Yeah.
I could like think like a man or whatever. Like I get in.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
put it on and then Mel B walks in. I spat pizza out and screamed. I was so excited. It was produced by Will Smith.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's good. Well, you know.
I mean, he's huge.
It did okay. I researched it afterwards. It made $27 million at the box office on a budget.
In America, I
in
imagine.
America,
Yeah.
$27 million on a budget of $8 million.
Okay.
So it made a big, tasty return.
Yeah.
Number 18 on the American box office. I mean, it's not
not
Wonder
bad.
Woman, but it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised a Kelly Rowland-led movie was released at the box office at that time.
Yeah.
So it was on YouTube when I last looked. So thank you, Kelly Rowland, Superfan Brazil. And then she ends the year with more acting. So she plays Mimi Marquez in Rent
Ah.
in the Netherlands. I've never heard of their West End. I assume it's a big deal.
I mean, I think they like a musical. I mean, what was interesting is that obviously then must have been an English-speaking version.
Wow, the Spice Girls do love a Spanish
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Viva Forever.
Yeah.
So maybe she did do... Although I don't think they speak Spanish in the Netherlands.
No, I think it's Dutch, darling.
Killing it with the geography there, Erin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, embarrassingly, I should not say this as a proud gay man, I have never seen Rent.
Wow. God, you're going to get the ats.
Oh, yeah, come for me. I assume it's very important.
Yeah, in terms of musical theatre, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I am a terrible actor.
Well,
I'm a good actor. Sorry, casting agents out there. I'm just terrible.
Terrible at knowing
Research. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, Rent has amazing songs in it. Like, really good, soulful. Like, I can imagine she would have done a good job.
I mean, I don't want to see it unless she's in it now.
Okay.
I mean, I will accept a Victoria Beckham version of Rent.
Let's try and get her to do it, just a one-off.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Get the set back.
If anyone wants to start a hashtag, by all means.
Yes, for it. So after that, she finishes her stint in Rent, which obviously I missed. 2005, Mel is missing the music. So she creates her own label. I love this quote. She wanted to release an album that was uncommercial and unpretentious.
Wow.
She did that. Uncommercial, it certainly was. Well, I love what she did here. Like, this is...
Fair play to her.
2005 is pure Spice Girls wilderness years.
Yeah.
Like, no one had time or respect for a Spice Girl at this time.
Yeah.
She recorded it in her kitchen with just a few friends. So the album is called LA State of Mind. It's on Spotify. You can get it. The credits, according to Wikipedia, I mean, I didn't buy it. No one bought it. She sold 653 copies in the first weeks.
Ooh. Ouch.
Literally hundreds of copies.
Ooh.
Hundreds of balloons. But she recorded it in her kitchen. She credits just her and one other writer. Yeah. So it was a real passion project.
It was a labour of love.
It's kind of going back to, the raw music, isn't it? What she wants to do.
Well, she does as well. It's out with the sleek R&B and in with the guitar. So it's kind of acoustic-y, guitar written. It sort of sounds like someone gave her a Sheryl Crow CD.
Yes.
And she was like, oh my God, people should listen to this. And she was like, they do. So she has a go. So I really respect the fact that she is trying something different, which must have been hard at that time.
Yes.
I mean, there's a little flamenco number on there. We've said she loves the Spanish.
Yeah.
She's got vocals from her kids on there. They do show. I mean, what female pop star doesn't? I mean, we know what we were saying about backup dancers.
Yeah.
I'd like to know the statistics, but I reckon there are more female pop stars that featured their kids on songs.
Yeah.
I mean, Whitney did it with the My Love Is Your Love.
That's right, yeah.
Fergie Ferg's got her son on her album. Mariah Carey's... Like, everyone does it.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
We're just waiting on Britney now.
She's done it? Surely. She's written so many songs about her kids. Tiny hands. Oh, that's so bad. This is my main gripe with Spice Girls solo albums. They're just so earnest.
Yes.
So this album, I would say, is trying a bit... So the thing that was great about the Spice Girls is they were fun.
Irreverent.
Yeah, there was so much froth and it was great. Like, there was messages, yes, but...
They were also... They weren't taking themselves seriously.
Yeah, whereas as solo artists, they start to. And I blame... Not Max Beasley. I blame Robbie Williams.
Oh, okay.
Well, he had so much success off the back of Take That.
Yeah.
As a solo artist. And his work was quite earnest, we mentioned earlier, Feel, that No Regrets. Like, his songs are quite...
Yeah. Angels, super earnest.
Definitely. And I think there's a lot of that some of the Spice Girls tried to take as solo artists.
Yeah.
Whereas Robbie still had the fun, like, Let Me Entertain You is hugely fun, the rock DJ.
He didn't really hit it until Angels, he was
slow
successful,
start,
but I wonder with the Spice Girls whether they thought, I just need that one song, and during my solo career, and then once I get that big hit, then after that, I'll be a commercial success.
That's a good point, and it was a ballad.
Yeah.
This album was not that, unfortunately. It really didn't sell well. It reached number 453 on the official albums chart, which I didn't even know the official albums chart went that high.
No, I know. It's quite bad.
Yeah, 653 copies in the first week. If you are one of those 653,
let us know.
Part of the Pops.
Yeah.
Tell me if you liked it.
You wonder what the promotion was like for this album. If she was doing it herself.
It was very limited, and that's hard. Like, you've got to think, it's a bit of a Nadine Coyle situation, isn't it? Where you set up your own record label.
Fantastic singer, by the way. Love Nadine Coyle.
Album is a bop.
Better than Cheryl.
Controversial opinions. That's what you.
Did I ever tell you how I was nearly a backing dancer for Nadine Coyle?
No.
Last year. Oh, story time. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Erin, and I went to this festival with name drop. My friend is a famous comedian, Louisa, and she was performing at this festival. And so we had like backstage passes.
Yeah.
So we were backstage, and I met Nadine Coyle because she was performing. So I said, I'm here with Louisa. I'm supporting Louisa. But she thought I meant Louisa from the X Factor, the X Factor singer. So she thought I was supporting as a backup dancer.
I see.
And she was like, wow. We were chatting. She was so lovely.
Yeah.
I have so much time for Nadine Coyle. She said I had fantastic legs. I have a picture of us posing with legs.
It's not a lie.
I will share it on Twitter. If you don't have a photo, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And she was on about auditioning backup dancers. And I may have misled her.
Oh.
Sorry,
well.
Nadine. But she is the humblest.
Yeah.
All the time for her. Mel B's
A fun tangent, anyway.
Fun tangent. In his review, John O'Brien of AllMusic described the album as sounding like someone with a sore throat reciting a poem.
Oh, that is harsh.
Yeah. She released just one single called Today.
Something beautiful today is gonna happen. I can feel it in my bones, it's gonna happen. Yeah, this feeling I'm feeling, it's incredible to me and so strong. Don't ask me how I know, I can't explain it. It's so wonderful that I don't want to change it. Yeah, it's so strange, it's so strange. Faith is knocking at my door once more. Today's the day that something great I know is gonna happen. Today, no I can't wait. I know it's got my name on today. Yeah.
Which reached number 41.
Better than
selling-
the album did, I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
Selling just over 1,000 copies.
Right.
Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's fine. The thing is with the album, and I've said this, I've hinted at this earlier, I don't think Mel B knows how to write a chorus.
Right.
I would say she probably was not responsible for any of the hooks or choruses
Yeah.
in the Spice Girls career.
Yeah.
Maybe that was Jerry, maybe that was the songwriters. She doesn't come up with a punchy chorus.
No.
The album was like listening to 45 minutes of verses.
Right.
Some really beautiful verses. Like
Yeah.
some of the stuff starts off really nice. Like there's
Yeah.
some really good stuff in there.
Yeah.
It needed a songwriter in there. It needed someone to come in and punch it up.
I think with these, and the independent albums, do you think these artists, these big performing artists, do you think they have big expectations, or do you think they are quite realistic that actually I'm doing an album that I want to do and I'm writing it myself, but I'm not expecting it to chart high?
Well, she said, I'm pretentious and commercial. That's what she
Yeah.
wanted. So
Maybe for her
success
it's
in
more
that
about
sense.
personal, because
Yeah.
she's got the money, she's got the career.
Yeah.
True,
So,
true.
You
She had something she wanted to do.
and she did it, and whether it's success or not, if she felt accomplished, then that's
And hopefully they had a lot of fun recording.
yeah,
it.
and that's all that matters. Really.
Yeah. I have respect for that, for sure.
I think amazing that she decided to go a bit left field and
Yeah.
record this sort of
Good
acoustic
for her.
album by
Yeah.
herself in her kitchen.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing emerge is a picture of a risk taker.
Yeah,
She takes
I
risks.
would agree.
Yeah.
with passion.
Yeah. And, good for her.
She makes a few other appearances, because we're getting towards 2007, the reunion, so coming to the end of this episode. She makes a few other appearances in the odd straight-to-DVD dramas. Nothing of major note, really, but just to say, she's busy.
Yeah.
She's always kept busy. She's
Yeah.
never not working.
Yeah.
But most importantly, we close out the year with Mel B getting pregnant again.
Ah, yes.
Controversially, so it's her second baby. Can you remember why it was so controversial?
There was a bit of a dispute with the father about whether the child was his, which
The very famous father being...
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Which is really, really disappointing for such a big actor and celebrity.
So
And
she comes out.
so
She comes
public.
out and she says I'm pregnant, and she says the father is Eddie Murphy. He claps back and says, "It's not mine." I'm pretty sure he said at the time, "There's no way it's mine."
And it's something about only a DNA test.
I want a DNA test.
So, straight away, he's not supporting her throughout that pregnancy.
And she got dragged. She got dragged in the press about it. It was like, she's claiming she had a relationship with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. But they were together at 9 months, is that right?
Apparently, yeah.
So, that is, it's not a long time, but,
there is obviously a lot that went on there that we don't know about. There's obviously a big story.
We will do when that book comes in through the library.
That's true. Come on, South Lanarkshire Council, hurry up, please. I know I'm number 6, but can we make it number 1?
Out the pops.
Yeah. I am totally aware I can buy this book on a major retailer's website, but
Mel B doesn't need that kind of cash.
No, and also for principle, I love the library, as you guys know.
Local business. Yeah. So she is getting dragged through the press, and again, stating the way she's just not believed. It's hard being a Spice Girl at this time.
Yeah.
And just the disbelief. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember at the time thinking, and this is awful, sorry Mel, I remember at the time thinking, why is she making up these lies?
Yeah. Because the way they vilified her, the press, you know, and it did sound like she was lying, the way they wrote about her.
Yeah.
An interesting fact is Eddie Murphy has 10 children.
And how many, I don't know what number this is. Let's check.
I'm not sure.
Right now. Because we are the podcast that knows. So, he had 7 children at this point. So, this baby Angel is the 8th. Yeah. Obviously, Mel B is the liar.
How many mothers?
3.
Right.
And now I think there'll be 4 mothers to 10 children.
Yeah.
Maybe
or
5 mothers.
5.
But you would never see an article in the press about him.
Well, I think you do. But it's hard being a black woman.
Yeah.
Or a woman of colour. She's mixed.
I mean, but that is a thing, isn't it? Is that, okay, they are both black in that situation, but the press are still going to harp on her. But how about Eddie Murphy had all of these kids?
Let's make note. As if the media doesn't love to talk about black dads.
Oh, it's true.
About how absent they always are.
It's true.
What?
But I think she was definitely the loser in that situation.
She was definitely there.
And what a bad start to bringing a new baby into the world. All that stress on her and having to prove. And that Eddie probably wasn't there during the pregnancy because he doesn't believe her.
She did do the DNA test and she proved it was his.
Yeah. But there was someone else there during the pregnancy, wasn't there, Ian?
Well, we do get into that. So during the pregnancy, she starts dating her future ex-husband, Stephen Belafonte.
Right.
She loves a complicated relationship set up, and she loves doing it quick. We could do a mini-series on Mel B's quick relationships.
Yeah.
So she starts dating him in the February, she gives birth in the April, and then they get married 2 months later in the June.
Wow.
Which is the same month they announced a reunion tour.
Oh.
Busy 2007.
She doesn't do things by half.
No.
She also then, we'll talk about it in her next episode, but she also signs up then for Strictly Come Dancing, the American version, Dancing with the Stars.
Yes.
Okay.
So, a few months after pregnancy.
That is brave.
Mel B likes to be busy.
She does, yeah.
So, it's worth saying with the Eddie Murphy thing, they are close now, apparently.
Yeah.
So, he did step up. He did step up.
He's a regular person in Angel's life, as far as I believe. And there is maintenance paid.
Deserves which we should give respect for.
Yeah.
Especially as people are very quick to say absent black fathers.
Yes.
He's not absent.
Okay.
And I don't recall stories of him not being there for any of his 10 children.
Okay.
Which takes a lot of time.
Okay,
it's not a day
there's
a week.
A tiny bit of respect being brought back for him.
And financially, of course, he can afford it.
Oh, the Eddie Murphy money is long. She's not worried about baby grows.
No. Yeah.
Although, money appears to be a Mel B issue. But we'll discuss. So that wraps up Mel B's hiatus to 2007, to the reunion.
Right.
A lot happened. So she's done 2 albums. She's done movies. She's been with Kelly Rowland. 2 babies. She's too much.
She's
too of everything, basically.
Yeah. And life isn't about to slow down either after 2007.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, no.
So she still very proudly wears the scary badge. Would we respice her?
Do you know, I actually thought about this and I wanted to give her the name Resilient Spice because I think she bounces back from everything she does and she's been through a lot.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, actually. Yeah, Resilient Spice.
I was busy Spice, but resilient, I give her.
Yeah.
Great, let's call it that.
More credit needed.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And from the press.
Yeah, for sure. Resilient Spice.
With Pod of the Pops and you, too, can become one. Subscribe.
View all our bonus content, leave your comments, and join the conversation on our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
So holla at Pod of the Pops on all our platforms.
Beautiful.